During a relentless battle at the front, an elite mage lieutenant leads her platoon against the Republic's forces. Ignoring the cries of retreat, she defies the enemy alone, launching a devastating series of magical attacks. Despite the odds, she obliterates the Republic's mages with a ferocity that leaves even her own troops in surprise. As a monstrous figure in the war, she earns this notorious title for massively ruthless efficiency. She pushes the mages to their limits in brutal trials of a newly formed battalion and prepares them for a battlefield. The weaker ones falter, while others dig deep to survive her harsh methods. After a month, they are reborn as a hardened force under her command. They're soon deployed against an outdated enemy that stands little chance, annihilating them in a single crushing sweep. In the aftermath, she orders a surprise attack on an arms factory, using her unassuming voice to catch the workers off guard, and they demolish the factory with ease. As her battalion confronts a desperate attack, the elite mages swoop in, rescuing an outmatched Imperial force. Refusing reinforcements, she aims to build her unit's reputation, striking at the enemy's bombers alone. Mid-battle, time stops, and a mystical figure taunts her, animating a fallen enemy. She eliminates the threat, leaving the battlefield in control, but the presence of this unknown force lingers in her mind. Her relentless success unnerves her allies and enemies alike. A strategic ambush awaits as her battalion engages in a fierce coastal attack. The unit confronts fierce resistance from enemy magicians, but they outmaneuver the opponent. In the midst of the chaos, she engages an enemy leader in close combat, eventually defeating him. The battle is violent, with both sides incurring significant casualties. In the end, she claims a fallen enemy's weapon as a trophy. In a besieged city under enemy control, her battalion is commanded to eliminate all opposition at any cost. Civilians and insurgents alike are heavily bombarded. After seizing the city, she expels the Republic's mages, ruthlessly conquering the land. When one of her men hesitates to charge, she forces him to confront his responsibilities. Her battalion's unrelenting attack sends a clear message of Imperial power throughout the battlefield. The battalion makes a difficult retreat as their traps decimate the following Republican forces as they return from the successful mission. In the ensuing chaos, enemy lines collapse, opening a path for a crushing Imperial counteroffensive. Their calculated strategy leaves the enemy in ruins, with commanders horrified at the destruction. Her battalion joins mop-up operations, scattering enemy remnants as the final phase begins. In a relentless aerial assault, her battalion presses forward, but they are outgunned. Her previous adversary, though defeated, returns with a vengeance, wielding a powerful weapon against her troops. She engages him directly in a vicious duel, but he's empowered by the same otherworldly entity that has haunted her steps. Even though she manages to injure him, his magical strength almost overpowers her. With her battalion scattered and low on reserves, she prepares for one final fight. A deadly firefight ensues, with magicians colliding in midair when bullets and magic intersect. Her squad is badly outnumbered and suffers losses, but she perseveres and launches a daring assault. Face to face with her attacker, they engage in a heated conflict, concluding in a vicious strike, showing that the struggle is far from done as new threats continue to arise, and that's because